yourself stretch out nice and long on your back. If you do have any back concerns, you're welcome to bend your knees, perhaps taking the knees to touch, allowing your lower back to release. If you're looking for a little bit of a deeper hip opener tonight, maybe take the soles of your feet together, allow your knees to splay open, and maybe even taking those arms overhead. So full creative control tonight in your Shavasana. As we lie down into our favorite Shavasana pose, just begin scanning your body. Start at the tip of your head, the crown of your head. Notice your shoulders. Notice your back pressing down or perhaps lifting up. Breathing, notice your sacrum, your hips, your knees, your ankles, and your toes. So I just want you to continue to scan your body from head to toe. Just allow a nice gentle breath to fall through the body. Try your best to breathe through your nose if you can. And those of you practicing Ujjayi Pranayama, ocean sounding breath, just begin to push the breath to the back of your throat, creating a vibration of healing and chi energy. And we'll just allow ourselves to rest in our Shavasana. And I really want you to take this opportunity right now to notice. So let's continue to scan the body, creating a positive affirmation for yourself of accepting maybe any limitations you have and just allowing yourself to modify any part of the practice. One more deep breath in. This time, open your mouth, let a nice noisy breath detoxify the body. Begin by taking your hands to the outside of your thighs, bending in your knees, feet are flat on the ground, perhaps about hip width apart, maybe a little wider, and begin to just windshield wipe your knees from side to side. Give yourself some time and space. So if you want to come into a side motion and hold the stretch, feel free. Or you might prefer to continue to move those knees from side to side, creating a lubrication in your hip joint. Notice releasing lower back tension and of course, lubricating the hips. Just a little bit longer here, just a nice gentle side to side. Windshield wipe, bring those knees. Bring your knees to center. Keep them shoulder width apart. Bring those knees into your chest. Take the hands on top of your shins and try to press your thighs towards your torso. So try to keep those knees nice and wide if you can. From here, flex your feet. Reach your hands to your ankles or your toes and allow your happy baby pose to stretch deeply. Now maybe begin to rock again from left to right, just allowing some movement or maybe staying in stillness. Just allow yourself to be where you need to be. Continue your happy baby pose or come into stillness and extend those legs long. If you feel any pain on the inside of the knee or in the groin, please release back into a bent knee position. Oh, allowing yourself to maybe circle the ankles, point and flex. Notice the spine is lengthened on your mat. The rhythm of the breath is deep and smooth. Again, take those hands onto the outside of your knees and bring those knees just in a little bit tighter now, nice and tight together. Bring those arms out to the side. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, let your knees fall to the left and your eyes to the right. Try to press your shoulders to the earth. Maybe taking that left hand on top of that right leg and just giving yourself a deeper supine twist. Breathe here. Notice the twist of the body. We're just doing a little bit of a digestive twist. Really getting rid of any toxins and breathing out. Release that hand, bring those knees into your chest. Stay here in center. And just rock left and right. Massage that lower back. Bring those knees into your chest again, nice and tight together. Breathe in and exhale, knees to the right, and eyes to the left. Now just notice that those shoulders are lifting and just gently try to press into your mat. Right hand on top of that left leg for a deeper stretch. Deep breaths, releasing. Just notice if one side might feel a little more restricted than the other. Just give yourself the time and space to notice. Lovely, bring those knees back into your chest. And again, stay here in a bent knee position. Let's do some circles now. Big circles in one direction with those knees. As you perform these circles, allow your head to rest, your shoulders to press to the earth. And as you do these circles, notice your upper back, your middle back, and your lower back. One more big circle here. Awesome. Rest in center. And now let's take those circles in the other direction. Again, head is relaxed, shoulders are pressing to the earth, and you're noticing your upper back, your middle back, and your lower back. One more big circle with those knees. Take your time. Allow the space and time for your practice. Bring those knees into center. Let's lengthen those legs up. So I'm going to grab my strap. Take the strap around the soles of the feet. Please do not force your legs to be straight here if your hamstrings are really tight. You can always bend the knee. For those of you who are super flexible, you might even take your hands to your feet. I'm going to do a little bit of a rocking motion here, forward and back. I'm going to breathe as I stretch the backs of my legs. I might even be able to lift my bum off the earth and hover into a half pike pose. Breathing, stretching, and again, just give yourselves permission to move the body and notice any residual tension from your day. Just a nice long leg inversion here. I'm going to release my strap now. I'm going to take my hands around my thighs. I'm going to bend my knees. Our first challenge is to roll up, wait 1 second, into boat pose. So try to roll up onto your sit bones, hovering your feet off the mat. So perhaps your hands will stay on your thighs, and you might be brave today and release those arms long. Try to lengthen the spine in your boat pose. Maybe keep those knees bent. Maybe take those legs up into a nice long position. Holding here for 4, throat open, breathing. 3, holding, noticing strength. 2, cross right leg in front of left leg. Hands on your knees. Take a deep breath in as you lengthen your spine. Exhale, hinge forward. Walk your hands towards the front of your mat and rest in a seated cross-legged position. Lovely. Bring it up to center. Roll your shoulders up to your ears. Breathe in. Roll your shoulders back and breathe out. Now switch legs. Take your left leg in front of your right leg. Seated Sukhasana, cross-legged position. Hands in mudra on the knees. Energy lock. Breathe into an open heart. And as you exhale, hinge at the hips. Float those hands forward and see if you can fold into a release. Noticing the hips and the glutes, getting a well-deserved stretch. Undulate your spine up, roll up those shoulders into a posture check, and exhale it out. Let's transfer to our hands and knees, tabletop position. So let's come into an untucked toe position. Tap out your toes a little bit, give a little bit of vibration into the feet, and begin a nice circular motion with your hips. So no right or wrong way for you to do this right now. You're just allowing your body to move in a circular position. So you might circle through the spine, or you might just circle through the hips. And make sure you alternate those circles a little bit to allow both sides to feel that delicious stretch. Those of you who have the ability to come forward and arch your back and let your hips drop, coming into a little bit of a hammock pose. Make sure those shoulders are in line with the wrist. And then maybe coming back, again, circular motions with the hips. You might even push all the way back into your child's pose. So really just explore sensations Notice any limitations. We have that affirmation for ourselves tonight that we will listen to any limitations that we might have. Maybe you'll look over your right shoulder in hammock. Maybe you'll look over your left shoulder in hammock. And you're just loosening up your back a little bit, but be careful here. It's not for everybody. And as I pull myself back up, I'm gonna round my spine, or maybe just arch my back. So you're just giving yourself some movement here through the spine and the hips. Let's come into a neutral position, tabletop position. Extend your right leg long, and you are now in a half pointer pose. So I want you to remember this because you can always come back to this. Let's try to take that left arm forward. We're now in a full pointer pose. Stay right here, practicing your stabilization, or bend that back knee, circle that front hand back. Try to grab that foot, don't force anything. Those of you who have the grip on that foot, you can arch your back and look up. You are now in tiger pose. Holding here for 4, stretching out the quadricep, breathing 3, noticing the back. Stretch one more time for 2, and now release hand and knee to mat. And again, come back into that circular motion with the hips, the spine. Maybe now undulating your elbows and your shoulders. So really just allowing the body to move freely and effortlessly. Come back into a neutral spine and we'll perform our half pointer on the other side. So left leg goes back, breathe through the extension. Right arm comes forward, feel free at any time to bring both hands back to the earth. Stay here if you need to. Bend back knee if you're going for that tiger pose. Reach that hand back. Try to get a nice safe grip on that foot and then feel energized. Push the mudra, energy lock, hand and foot. Open chest and breathe into your back. Move for 4, tiger pose for 3, stretch a little more for 2, and again, release hands and knees. Last time here, last little wiggle out here before we begin a little bit of a flow together. Circle, stretch, and release. And again, you can always come back to tabletop position if you need to. Tuck the toes under, lift the bum way up to the sky, press the heels back, Adho Mukha Savasana, downward facing dog. So try to really lengthen out your spine here, rather than straightening the legs. So if you can straighten your legs and your back, awesome. If you feel that you're rounding in the spine, bend your knees a little bit in your down dog and give yourself that comfort and ease to stretch. So let's pedal it out here. Again, you're not just moving the knees, you're moving the hips, the shoulders. You're breathing. We're coming into a little bit of a happy hip flow. So come into your down dog. Lift your right leg up. Really reach that leg today. Bend the top knee. Come high on the ball of the left foot. Bring your right knee to your left elbow. Bring it to your right elbow. And I'll circle the leg back up and stretch it up. Let's do it again. Bring your right knee to your left elbow, your right elbow, and now circle and stretch. Now do 2 more at your own pace. So you might continue to circle slowly, or you might pick up the pace a little bit. Lovely. Just circling. Happy hips tonight. And hold 3-legged dog. Come high on the ball of the left foot. Bring your right knee in and your right foot through to runner's lunge. Remember, every time we do that, you have permission to help that leg through. Bring the back knee to the mat. Keep the back toes tucked under if you can. Press your hips towards the earth and lift your arms up into low lunge. Hold here. Bring your hands to your heart center. Breathe in deep as you lengthen one more time. Turn towards your front bent leg. Try to get your tricep across that thigh. Hands to heart center. Prayer twist. For advanced people, I challenge you to lift the back knee off the mat. Hovering here in a high crescent lunge. Prayer twist, holding 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the back knee to the mat, advanced people. Bring your hands back to center, breathe in, and hands to the earth, hold here. Back toes are still tucked under. push the weight back. So now we're trying to straighten that front leg. Flex the foot to protect your knee joint. Try to keep yourself nice and square in the hips. Staying here in a nice deep half Hanumanasana pose. Maybe you'll be able to take opposite hand to opposite foot to feel a little more on the outside hamstring belly. Holding here, breathing. Flowing towards that lengthened leg if you like. Again, maybe undulate your spine a little bit here, or perhaps you prefer stillness. One more deep breath, half Hanumanasana. Push your weight forward, bend the front knee, hands on the mat, lift the back knee off the mat, breathe in to prepare, and exhale, front leg to down dog. Our first vinyasa, inhale plank, or just stay in down dog. Take an exhale, chaturanga knees can always be on the mat. Inhale, up dog. Really feel that opening tonight. And exhale, back into your down dog. Readjust your feet if you need to. Let's go into that happy hip flow. Left leg lift, breathe in. Really extend and then bend the knee and open the hip. Come high on the ball of the right foot. Bring the left knee to the right elbow, to the left elbow, circle, circle, up and extend. Awesome, 3 more. Breathe, knee to elbow, big lift and extend. 2 more at your own pace. Maybe picking up the pace a little bit or slow it down. 1 more. Circling those hips and extending. Come higher on the ball of the right foot. Breathe in. Knee in, foot through. Reminder, help it through if you need to. Runner's lunge. Back knee to mat. Toes tucked under. Press hips to earth. Lift arms up. Low lunge. Feel those hips releasing. Energize those fingers. Breathe in. Hands to heart. And breathe out. Prepare to twist. Inhale, open chest. Exhale, you're looking over that front knee. You're trying to get your tricep across the thigh. Stay here if you need to. Challenge. Lift that back knee off the mat. Hold for 4. Drishti up if you can. 3. Breathe through it. 2 and 1. Inhale back to center and hands on the earth. Lowering that back knee if you took that advanced option. Push the weight back, straighten the front leg. Flex the foot. You know it. You're in half Hanumanasana on the other side. Again, I'm going to reach that opposite hand to my front foot, but I'm not going to force anything. This is a pretty deep hamstring stretch, even for those of you who are quite flexible. You might even notice a release in your lower back. Breathe. You might flow your forehead towards the knee, just opening up through the back. 1 more breath here, everyone. And exhale, hands to earth. Push your weight forward. Lift the back knee. Prepare here with an inhale. On the exhale, front leg back. Down dog. Feel free to take it slow or take that vinyasa in a dynamic, energized place. All up to you. Your practice, your time. Pressing it back into downward facing dog. Nicely done, everyone. Lift that right leg up. Breathe in. Let's continue to flow a little bit here. Knee in, foot through. Again, runner's lunge. Let's hop the back foot in a little bit. Press the heel to the earth, 45-degree angle. Back leg straight, front knee bent. Are we ready for it? Lift up, warrior 1. So you want to think about your hips being quite square in this position. I'm just going to go over it. Back leg straight, front knee bent. Arms can be up. If you have any shoulder issues, you can always keep your hands lower in your yoga asanas anytime. Breathe here. Inhale, mini back bend if you can. As you exhale, reach the arms forward and all the way, sweep them back. Extend that body. Again, inhale, press, lift. Try your best to keep your feet flat here. Opening up the back today. Exhale, press forward. You should feel yourself struggling to maintain position. 2 more. Inhale, strong warrior 1. Opening up the back. Exhale, flowing it forward, extending those fingertips. 1 more flow. Inhale, lift. Breathe in, warrior 1 flow. This time, hands to heart center. Hold the exhale. Pivot your back heel off the mat. Bend both knees. We're coming into warrior three. I'm gonna push off that back foot, hinge forward. I'm just gonna adjust myself so I'm in the camera. I'm coming into a square hip balancing posture. Warrior three. If you fall out of the pose, stay confident, strong, and patient with yourself, and you can always return to the pose. Holding here for three, maybe extend the arms back now for two, and now float both feet to the mat. Inhale, arms up, breathe in, look up if you can. Big swan dive, forward fold it. Release, nice. Inhale, flat back, breathe deep. Exhale, hands on the mat, walk step or jump chaturanga, your choice. Breathe into the up dog and exhale it back into your down dog. So when I'm adding on to those vinyasas, you always have choices. Do what's right for you. Big inhale, high on the toes. Open your mouth, exhale, loud, heels turn. Left leg to lift, breathe in. Notice the floating motion up. Exhale, knee in, foot through. Runner's lunge, we know this now. That back foot's gotta come in a little bit so that I can safely put the heel on the mat. You don't wanna feel that you're overextending. You need to narrow up your stance, some of you. Front knee bent, back leg straight. Big lift up with those arms as we come into our warrior one flow. Let's do it together. Inhale, broaden the chest, open up the back. Exhale, push energy through the fingertips. Roll them back. Keep those shoulders back. Good. Inhale, big lift. Even weight in those feet. And exhale, flow forward. Keeping that entity of warrior one. Flow three, breathe in. Maybe a deeper back bend. Exhale, release. One more time, everyone. This time, hands will come to heart center on that out breath. Breathe in, hands to heart center, and exhale. Pivot back, heel off the mat. Bend both knees so you're ready, and spring up into your warrior three. Try to keep your hips square. I'm just going to take myself slightly back here. Shoulders are square, hips are square. Leg is extended. Maybe arms go by your side. Your variation for 5, 4, 3, warrior 3, 2, and feet on the ground. Bend the knees, lift the arms, breathe in. Really feel that energy. Big swan dive, exhale, forward fold. Surrender, inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands on the mat. Your choice, chaturanga. You decide how you want to get there. Don't force yourself to do something you're not ready for. Breathe in, up dog. Exhale, back into down dog. Woo. Let's pedal out those feet a little bit here. Again, just coming back to some nice circular motions with the hips and breathing out. Let's go into that flow again. Right leg is lifting. Listen, everybody, I need you to put your right foot on the outside of the right hand. So I'm going to go a little bit wider than my runner's lunge. Coming into my favorite lunge position, lizard pose. So my right hand is on the inside of my right foot right now. Stay off the back knee a little bit longer if you can. If it's bothering you in the hip line, then you're always welcome to come down. But what I'd like you to do is just stretch those hips a little bit tonight, keeping the integrity of your strength. Just feel that energy flow through that hip flexor. One more inhale, and slowly rest the back knee on the mat. Untuck the back toes, and that is your full surrendering sensation in lizard. Nicely done. Now listen carefully. Adjust your left hand slightly center mat. So it's just a little bit closer to in the inside of your body. Lift your right arm up, breathe in, look up. Now take your right arm and wrap it around your right thigh and bind into that right thigh and torso. Digestive bind. Here we go. Inhale, right arm up, breathe in. Hips open, exhale. Right hand comes around that thigh. Do your best to press your torso into your thigh. 2 more. Inhale to lift, breathe in and open torso. Exhale to bind and press. Do one more for me. Inhale, lift, open, feel. And now exhale, push torso into thigh, wrap, bind, and hold for 4. Bind a little harder tonight. 3, 2, and 1. Bring that right hand to the inside of that right leg. Adjust your hands and release your hips just a little bit longer. Maybe rock left and right. I'm going to give you about 10 more seconds here, so if you're coming down onto your elbows, go for it. I personally am not going that deep tonight. I'm going to stay on my hands, but you'll know it if you're able to do it. You don't want to go into a place of pain or overextension. Just go where you can. Affirmation for tonight is to notice and modify if we need to. If you are on your elbows, slowly lift back up. Tuck the back toes under, everyone. This is important. Lift the back knee. Breathe in and exhale. Right leg down dog and feel those hips parallel. Take a vinyasa or just pedal out those feet. Breathe in. Exhale. Elbows in beside the body. Inhale, up dog. Practicing that vinyasa. And exhaling, down dog. So coming into our lizard bind flow tonight. Left leg to lift. Breathe in deep. Again, left foot on the outside of the left hand. So we're a little bit wider. Again, try to stay off the back knee for just a little bit here as you feel the strength and the mobility of your hips. Breathe, notice. One more inhale, exhale, float knee to mat, untuck back toes. So I'm just adjusting my right hand slightly in. It's still under my shoulder, left arm up. Big opener here, and exhale, wrapping left hand and arm around that left leg, binding torso. Let's go. Inhale to lift, breathe in, open, open shoulder, and exhale, lizard bind. 2 more flows. Inhale to lift, breathe in, and exhale to bind and control. 1 more time, everyone. Inhale to lift, breathe in, and exhale to bind and hold that bind for 4, for 3, for 2, and on 1, release your bind. Bring that left hand to the inside of that left foot. And again, we're staying here for a little bit longer to really get those hips into a release. And if you can come down onto your elbows, go for it. As I said, I'm staying upright tonight, so you choose what's best for you. You might make small movements and adjustments while you're in your poses, or you might prefer to stay in stillness and silence. This is a personal practice. Again, you're just listening to your body. You're taking those breaths tonight, and you're giving yourself time and space. If you're on your elbows, please come back up. We're all preparing for the vinyasa together. Hands on the mat, tuck the back toes under, lifting that back knee. Breathe in to prepare. Exhale, left leg, down dog. Feel free to stay right here. Take that flow with me. Exhale, advanced people, come up into down dog. Listen, go back into chaturanga, and then press up and go into your down dog. So a little double dip there for those of you who are looking for more. Walk your feet halfway up your mat. Walk your hands to your feet. And just come into a nice surrender of the head into your forward fold. If you have super tight hamstrings, bend those knees. If you have any back issues, bend those knees. Feel the support of the body. Really release that head here tonight. Hold here. I'm just going to pivot my body so you can see a little bit better. I'm taking my right hand underneath my right heel. Now, even if I have my knees bent, I can still put my hand underneath my right heel. And I'll do the same with the left hand. I'll step on my left hand with my left heel. Continue to press heel energy into fingertips. Forward fold. Holding for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Release those hands. Shake them out a little bit. Wiggle out those legs. Heel toe your feet as wide as your mat. Allow your toes to be externally rotated tonight, and then carefully and easily bend your knees and come into Hindi squat, Malasana, a nice yogic squat. So this is not a pose for everybody, obviously. So you might be in a seated position with your knees open in a seated butterfly. When you feel prepared and ready, lift your hands off the mat. If your heels are not on the ground, then you're at risk with your Achilles, so you might want to keep your hands on the ground. And just find a place of lengthened spine, breathing in and breathing out. Nicely done. So I'm going to keep you here. Again, this is Malasana. It's a nice release of the hips. You're feeling a little energy tonight. You want to try a nice crow pose. You're welcome to. This is a wrist pose. It's a balancing posture. If you're on hard tile or hard floor, then you might want to be super aware of what you're doing. Hands are on the mat. You can stay in that Malasana. Internally rotate your knees so the knees are in the back of the triceps. Make sure your gaze is slightly forward and then try lifting one toe and then the other toe. Again, this is a high risk posture, so please make sure you know what you're doing before you come into any type of arm balance. Lift for 4, for 3, for 2. Bring those feet to the mat. Those of you who did crow, awesome job. Back into our Malasana. I'm going to pivot myself as I come up, but you don't have to. Hands on the mat. Lift the bum. And we're walking ourselves back into downward facing dog. Again, just a little bit of a wiggle out here before we do our final flow here. Right leg is lifting, breathing in. Nice big lift. Bring the right knee and the right foot through. Runner's lunge. We're transferring into pyramid pose. This is a very deep hamstring posture. So be aware. I'm going to take my back foot, hop it in quite a bit, so then I can do what? Place the foot flat on the ground. So I'm in a staggered position with my feet. If I'm really struggling here, I'm going to keep my knees bent, perhaps use a block or some sort of mechanism like a pillow to bring that earth up a little closer. So right now, I have both feet parallel. I have my feet hip width apart in the width. I'm in a staggered position. If you can, half lift. Hold here, hands can go to heart center. Perhaps you're going to interlace all 10 fingers behind your back. Those of you who can do reverse prayer, go for it. It isn't for me, so I will be staying right here. And then I'll be releasing back into my pyramid for a full shoulder release. Releasing the spine, holding here for 4, for 3, for 2, ooh la la. Releasing the hands to the earth. Woo! Take that front knee and bend it. And now see if you can lift that back leg off the mat. Maybe halfway, maybe all the way into splits. It's up to you. Don't worry about it. Just lift the leg to the best of your ability. Those of you looking for a challenge tonight, try to take one hand to ankle, try to take the other hand to ankle, and feel the security of your balance for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Listen, listen. You gotta listen. You can step back and just go into down dog. Advanced people, I'm gonna hop the right foot back into a 3-legged chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. That's an advanced cue. You only do it if you have that control. And exhale it back into down dog. Wiggle it out, and we'll do it on the other side. So it's a nice simple transfer into pyramid with a nice standing split pose for final flow. Left leg is lifting, breathe in, behind the ball the right foot, left knee in, left foot through. Find your runner's lunge first. Hopping that back foot in, so I need to make sure I can have both feet flat. If I can't, then I need to narrow my stance. I'm going to just see how I feel about the hamstrings here. I can always keep my hands on the ground. I'm going to lift halfway up. I'm going to reach my hands behind my back. Interlace all 10 fingers, breathe in to prepare. And as I release my head towards my knee, I'm stretching my shoulders, I'm stretching my hamstrings, I'm strengthening the body. I'm holding for 4, for 3, for 2, and on 1, I release my hands to the earth. I bend my front knee to protect the joint, and then I float the back leg up to the best of my ability wherever you can go. And I'm here to take myself into a challenging posture, maybe keeping both hands on the ground, holding for 4, for 3, for 2, and maybe try that 3-legged jump back. Just walk it back if you need to. This is all up to you. This is your practice. Breathe in and exhale it back into down dog. Come high on your toes and take a deep breath in. Float your knees to the mat. Take a deep breath out. Untuck your toes and push yourself into a releasing child's pose. Maybe even take your palms to face up. So I'll just turn myself here. So I'm in child's pose, but I have both palms facing up. And then I take my palms to touch, bringing them into a prayer position behind me. That feels good. Releasing those hands to the earth. Lovely job, everyone. Coming back into tabletop position. So from here, I'll prepare myself for frog pose. Now again, if you have a sensitive knee issue, perhaps you'll come onto your back. Do you remember at the very beginning of our practice, we did frog pose before we came into happy baby pose. So that's simply on my back, knees wide, and feeling the benefits of the stretch. If you'd like to try frog pose, listen to the cues. 90-degree angle with the legs. I'm going to open up to the best of my ability. If I'm really concerned about overextending, I can put a pillow or a block right underneath my pelvis for security. Just check the alignment of your feet. You are in a 90-degree angle and your feet are active. I'm slowly going to bring my elbows to the earth. So at any time, if I feel the stretch is too deep, I can simply push my weight forward and come out of the stretch, perhaps stretch a little bit further back. So you've got to kind of find where your center is and find some deep breathing here to assist you on connective tissue release. So for a true stretch, we want to hold this for 2 minutes. I know it seems like a long time, and I promise I've got my timer on, so I will be watching that. And just breathing. If you have a variation of your nice deep frog pose that you prefer, please take it. Again, you can be on your back, giving yourself a nice stretch there. Just find a rhythm of breath that will assist you, not hinder you. So no shallow breathing, just deepness, maybe eyes closed, jaw relaxed, and tongue soft. If your gaze is in one direction of your frog pose, please turn the direction of your gaze to the other side as we are entering our 2nd minute of our frog pose. Mm, 30 seconds left. So if you have a little bit more to release, do it now. Last 15 seconds here. Last 5 seconds. I want you to use a lot of caution coming out of the pose. So I'm going to take my hands to the earth. I'm going to lift myself up. I'm going to slowly bring my weight forward until I feel a release in the ligaments. And then I'll adjust my knees in, but I'm going to do it nice and slow and cautiously. Nice, and I'm going to wiggle out my hips a little bit, just like we did earlier in our cat-cow pose. So now I'm going to take you into a nice deep throat opener. So hands and knees on the mat. Again, just a little wiggle from side to side. Now slowly bring yourself up into a parallel position so you can see my shoulders are in line with my hips. My knees are about shoulder width apart. You can do this pose with either your feet flexed or the tops of your feet on the earth. It depends on your mobility. Start with right hand to lower back, palm in, fingertips down. Take left hand to lower back, palm in, fingertips down. Roll the shoulders back, and if you can, just simply look up. And some of you will stay right here. This was deep. This is already a deep enough pose for some of you. If you want to do more, slowly open up through the clavicle. Maybe bring one hand to the back heel, maybe the other hand to the back heel. Open up the throat, the chest, the back. Breathe through the posture. Slowly support one hand to back, the other hand to back. Woo! Hands to the earth. La 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 la. And slowly rock your hips from side to side. Woo! And when you feel the release, come onto your bum and extend your legs in front. Wow, I haven't done that in a while.
That was good.
Big back. I was like, whoa, I almost saw stars. So just a nice comfortable seated position, legs extended out nice and long. Inhale those arms up, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out, extend forward. Again, we're not forcing anything. Maybe you have your knees bent. I'm gonna grab my yoga belt again just to give myself a little assistance in the stretch tonight. That's always up to you. And slowly, carefully roll up to center. So let's try a caterpillar pose tonight. So that means legs will be about as wide as your mat. And you're just gonna roll out those legs so they're nice and soft. Try to disengage the muscle. Sit bones are grounded, knees are soft, feet are soft. I'm just gonna walk my hands to the center of my mat. And if you're here with your hands on the ground, and then you can perhaps come into a throat lock, you're welcome to do that. If you can bring your elbows down, you're looking for a ragdoll position with the body. So when we did our forward fold, you were more dynamic. Now I want you to really just let go of the legs, let go of the body. And again, if you can't reach your elbows to the mat, hands is good. You're just relaxing into center. Just allowing your lower back to stretch. You might make movements in your asanas, or you prefer stillness, go for it. Breathe here. And let's roll it up to center from our caterpillar pose, shoulders up and shoulders back. Let's take the right leg in. Take your left hand to your foot, your right hand to your knee, and now try to get your shin parallel with your chest and rock it left to right. So we're here in a rocking baby pose. And some of you will go deeper. Stay here if you need to, or maybe pull the leg in deeper. Take that left arm around the foot, the right arm around the knee, and you're coming into a bind. And again, you're still in rocking baby pose, just breathing here. And as we release from our rocking baby pose, maybe extend leg halfway or maybe all the way. Don't force the leg straight. Just feel a nice deep hamstring stretch. And then slowly lowering that leg to the earth. Let's give it a little bit of a drum roll again. Nice. Let's take in that other leg. Again, right hand to foot, left hand to knee. Lift and rock it out. Just giving those hips one last little lubrication here. And again, you can stay right here. Lots of benefits to this posture here. Really getting those hips lubricated, or maybe coming into your bind. Remember, try to stay on the outside of those joints. Try to keep your spine long. Don't overextend. Just see where you can go tonight. Breathing. I'm still rocking left and right here. This is our rocking baby pose. And as we release, maybe I'll extend the leg halfway, or maybe I'll extend the leg all the way and point and flex. I'm going to feel the final little cobwebs release and slowly lowering the leg to earth. Let's take it into a butterfly seated position, soles of the feet together, giving those knees a little flutter motion from left to right. That feels really nice. And I'm going to do a little side stretch here as well. Just a little side body release. And before we go tonight, one last posture here. I'm going to change it into cross-legged. You can stay in butterfly, but I will turn myself sideways so you can see what we're doing. I'm going to use my strap because I already know that I have a lot of limitations. I'm going to lift my right arm up. I'm going to bend the elbow. I'm going to take my left arm behind my back, and I'm going to grab the strap, and I'm going to gently pull to give myself a nice shoulder and tricep stretch. If you can take it with hands to touch without the belt, excellent job. And now open your chest and breathe. One more inhale. And slowly and carefully release. Give your shoulders a little roll. Let's do the other side. So I'm going to hold that belt in my left hand. Left arm comes up. Breathe in. I'm going to bend the elbow. I'm taking my right hand behind. This is the tight side for sure. So I promised myself I would do this a couple of times a week at least to really start to get those shoulders more lubricated and the triceps stretched out. One more breath here. And exhale, release. I'm going to roll my shoulders out one more time here just to feel that great sensation of circular motions. I'm just going to face you, find your favorite seated position. So cross-legged, maybe legs stretched out. Let's take our palms to face up, the back of the hands on the knees. Find a nice deep breath here. Open your mouth. I want to hear a noisy breath out. Eyes can be closed or open. I do ask that you bring your hands to your heart center, a small bow of your head to your heart. Extra positive energy out into the universe at this time. I do ask that you dedicate your practice to somebody you love, this time of suffering. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming out tonight.